Hello and good morning, or good day. I guess it's 12:30 now, so good morning is too late. It's Sunday, the 24th of March, and I was planning to record last weekend, but we did some other stuff. So today I'm here. We have 4 finished projects, 2 almost finished projects, and 3 whips. No, sorry, 4 whips to go through today. No yarn acquisitions. Nope, no yarn acquisitions. In 2 weeks I'm going to Malmö Syfestivalen. It's a, what do you call it? Sewing and knitting fair here in Sweden, in Malmö. And I do plan to maybe buy some yarn there. So nothing yet. I'm trying to save myself. I have a lot of yarn. Well, not a lot comparing to some people, but my husband thinks it's a lot of yarn. So I have been a good girl and not bought anything. You can find me on Instagram as Zudrazil and Ravelry as Lissodus. Every info I talk about today will be linked below in the description box. If I forget anything, do not hesitate to write me a comment. And should we get to it? With my finished projects that we talked about the last time, we were talking about the February hat, and I did finish it in time for when my son got home. So here it is. It's a super fast knit, and a week after my mom wrote to me that she found the other hat. She visited the bathhouse and they had it in the lost and found section. So now he has 2 hats. It's good. I can wash the other one and he can switch between them. As for the yarn, it's again Hobby Tweed Delight in black opal, and just a black pom-pom that I fastened with a button inside so I can remove it when I need to wash it. So that's finished object number 1. The second one is another hat, and if you remember, I was talking about the yarn my daughter chose when we were in Norway, and she made a drawing how she wanted me to stripe the hat, and this is the result. She wanted it striped on the top as well. I used the hat from Tinka Knits as a base. Let me see, the barley hat, just to get the stitch count and everything. But as you see, it's just plain stockinette all the way, and the pom-pom fastens with a snap. Let's see if I can get it off, so you can remove it if I need to wash the hat. I had some yarn over from the hat, of course, and she wanted some half gloves, so I did the same striping as the hat. This is the inside of the half gloves and the outside. Some of you might recognize the patterning. When I was searching for half gloves, I actually found Hermione's Everyday Mitts. I do have a Hermione's socks on me as well, so on my feet. The Hermione's Everyday Mitts. I have my iPad here with the. So I did a few things differently. I didn't make as many increases for the thumb gusset to make it fit her. She's 8, so. But I probably could have made it even smaller because they fit me pretty well. A little bit short, but they fit me well. So I'm actually considering making myself a pair, according to pattern. So the hat and the half gloves, if you want a reminder, I used Drops Merino Extra Fine in the colors 19. That's the blue one, light gray blue. 1, that's the off-white, and 22, that's the medium purple. I cast them on March 17 and completed them on March 18, so 2 evenings of knitting. So a very fast project and perfect for scraps. I forgot to mention the barley hat. How long did it take me? I think it took a few days. Let's see if we can load the page. I've started the barley hat on February 26th and finished that on February 28th. And the February hat, I started the same day as I posted the other podcast, February 24th, and I finished on the 25th. Just fastened the pom-pom 5 minutes before my son got home, so it was done when he came home. I have one more entirely finished project, and this is not on my Ravelry, I think. But my kids just got their own phones, and my daughter asked me to crochet her a little phone bag for her. And this was a free tutorial on YouTube by Shenda DIY. I just added a little lid and a button to close it. Otherwise, I followed the instructions. It's made with cotton yarn. I think the green one is Cattonia, I think, and I think the purple and yellow one is what's it stå for steel? I'll add it. I'll add it up here. As usual, I can't remember everything. And since I don't have a Ravelry page for it, it's impossible for me to remember. So I mentioned that I have 2 almost finished objects. We can start with my ranunculus because we talked about that the last time. And I did finish knitting it, and I blocked it, but the sleeves are too short for my liking, so I'm gonna rip back to the little yarn I saved here, and the cast off on the sweater it's too tight, so I'm gonna rip that back as well. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna shorten it because I did make it a little bit longer in the body compared to the pattern. And you know what? Let me put it on and you'll see. So you'll see the sleeves end up here, and I will pull it down constantly. I want them to be like this without pulling it down. So I need to add, but as you see with the length, I probably would like it to be more cropped to work with my dresses. Interesting enough. Also, I don't know if I did something wrong, or if it's just the yarn, but it's not that clear here. It might be just the yarn. We'll see. But it fits. I knitted a size 2. I probably could have gone up a size, but the sleeves are slim fitting, but not tight. As I talked about before, we'll see if I use it or not. Okay, I'm gonna switch back. Yeah, so I'll rip it back. I will lengthen the sleeves, and I might pull it up a bit on the body and make it shorter. Interesting. I do not use cropped things, but if I'm gonna use it over my dresses, which I use the most, I think I need to crop it for it not to look completely silly. Yeah. So the second almost finished object is a strømsekofte that I'm knitting for my brother's girlfriend, partner. They're not married. They live together. They have kids together. But as I said before, we're all sinners. I've finished all the knitting. I just need to stick it and sew on buttons, and it will be done. Well, I do have to block it as well. We'll see if I can make it. The plan is to give it to her the Easter weekend. My kids are going up there to celebrate their cousin's 4th birthday, and they're leaving on Wednesday, so I'm not sure if I have time to block it. If I can sew the buttons on today, I can block it. Yeah, I might have time if I'm effective. Anyway, you might want to know what yarn it is if you haven't seen the other episodes. It's Hobby Tweed Delight again. The colors are pomegranate. I want to say pomegranate. Color 12. And the other one, the white one, is white marble. So this is my second finished strømsekofte. The first one I was using today. That's the first one. Also knitted in Hobby Tweed Delight. Okay, that's all my finished objects. Yes. So let's proceed into whips. We have the Easy Ripple Afghan. Sorry, this is crochet. We'll start with crochet. Only two. Only two. I did crochet a little bit on it since the last time, but not much. I think I had done this one, this color, and I started on the dark plum again. But it's not that long. My daughter really wants this blanket, and I really need to crochet on it and maybe get it done by her birthday in May. But I don't know, knitting is easier. Yeah, crochet is fast, but knitting is a lot easier. I can do that without the issue in front of watching the TV at the same time. So we'll see. I should do it. The yarn for the Easy Ripple Afghan is Hobby. No, I bought it from Hobby. It's Go Handmade Boheme Velvet Double in the colors lavender, plum, and dark lavender. Yes. And we'll stay with the crochet projects just now. As I said, my kids got their phones. So after I crocheted the phone bag for my daughter, my son also wanted one. He did ask me to make it in the same yarn as his hat because he loves that yarn. But I figured I don't think that will hold up well for use. So I had some black cotton yarn. Oh, this shows up bad. I used the same pattern description, video description. This is a video description for this bag, but I changed it out to just have ordinary double crochets in the body. So I have a few more to make of that. The yarn is a few more rows to crochet. So many terms, I can't remember it all. The yarn is Drops Muscat, I think. 1 second. Yes. Drops Muscat. I think you can read it. And the color is 17. It's black. It's very black. And it's so annoying to crochet with because there's so many strands on it. And they keep splitting. They split a lot. Do you see that? So I get caught with the crochet hook all the time. It's very, very annoying. But it's almost done, so we'll see. Shall we go into knitting whips then? I'll start with the Musselburgh hat because I've knitted a lot on it. Not done yet. Totally not done. So this is where we were the last time, and as you can see, I started the caramel color, and I did put markers to see so I could make it the same length before I do the decreases for the hat. And as I was knitting on it, Saldetig, is it a Saldi? I'll change it if not. She did an update on the pattern and showed how to, if you want to do 2 colors, so the fold up brim is the same color as the hat on the outside. But I didn't do that. I made it really half. So when he uses the hazelnut, the brown one outside, the brim will be the caramel and the other way around. So I asked him, do you want me to remake it? Because I could. It's not like I will finish it while it was cold outside, because now spring is here. So, but he said, no, that's fine. He doesn't care. He just wants a hat. So do you think I'll finish it until the next podcast? I'm not sure. Maybe not. I'm not in a rush. It's summer soon. He doesn't need it. My second whip that I've been working on is my Stone Wars cardigan that I cast on after I was a good girl. I finished the other cardigan first before I cast this on. So I used Strömsekoftan as a base. I just redid the color chart into Star Wars themed, and I'll put it up on Ravelry, probably the charts. but I used images from, I think from, there's a double knitted scarf on Ravelry with Star Wars images. And I used some of the images from there and just put them together. Anyway, this is how far I've gotten. So we have some TIE fighters. The next color, the next, what do we call it? The next image will be the rebel mark, and after the rebel mark we will have lightsabers, and then I'm done with the color work. My husband went, well, why do you have TIE fighters if you want to keep it rebel? Well, because I can. Because I can. The colors, the yarn is again Drops Tweed Delight. The green is Marshland number 22, and the beige is Chai Latte number 20. The reason I cast on this and not any of my other 6 potential projects was that my friend said, well, it's almost May the 4th, and if I finish it, I have a Star Wars cardigan for May the 4th. And I couldn't, of course I had to. Of course. So, yeah, that's it. That's all for my projects. So it's a pretty short episode this time as well. What have I been thinking about? Oh yeah. Almost now it's starting to get time for, I've seen a few with their advent calendar plans. We had, what's she called? Chromatic Yarns, I think. She's doing the Muppets Christmas Carol as her Christmas calendar. And she also posted the Stardew Valley inspired yarn that she colored up. Thankfully, I love Stardew Valley, but thankfully it was not my colors. I'm not much for purple and pinks and stuff like that. If it were my colors, which is green, red, orange, I would have to buy it. But when I saw her A Muppet Christmas Carol, I was like, oh, that's so my colors, because there's a lot of greens and dark colors and stuff like that. But the custom fee from England is expensive. And I kind of like my yarn calendar from a Stick a Spin from last year. And I'll probably get that again this year if she posts any. And I might buy one more, but I want to keep it within Europe because custom fees. And I think a Homespun House is based in Germany, right? And I like her fades, but she usually does a lot of pinks and purples, and I'm not interested in that. So if you have any suggestions on indie dyers that usually puts out advent calendars, yarn calendars, can you post them below, especially if they're based in Europe, because it's always nice to find more yarn dyers. And I'm not opposed to order from outside of the European Union. I just have to be more picky then, because shipping and custom fees are expensive if you have to pay for that. I'm just gonna drink some coffee. So, only 2. Well, I do have some other whips, but I haven't worked on them, so I won't pull them out. I'm trying to be good and not have too many whips at the same time, because I know I don't get them finished if I just start new ones. But we do have plans. You know I have plans. I always have plans. We all do. there's always more fun stuff to cast on. As mentioned before, we have the vine top that I want to make in Kycklammet måste täppa. We have a shawl that's called Waiting for Rain by Sylvia McFadden, and I'm planning to use my Manastel Uruguay Marina in it's a blood red yarn. It's really gorgeous. I have yarn for Cassiopeia cardigan by Birger Berge, and of course my antler cardigan. And I'm thinking about a Winterfell cardigan as well. I will see. I kind of wanted to knit socks. My brother ordered more socks. Well, apparently all my brothers wanted more socks, but it's only one who has told me he wants more socks. The other ones went, but what about us? And I said, of course. So I'll see. I do say that a lot, don't I? We'll see. I'll see. I'll try to I'll try to not say that all the time, because it can be pretty annoying with we'll see all the time. But it's true. We will see if I do it or not. I think that's it. What have you been knitting or crocheting on? Are you bound by the seasons? So now you started, well, the ones on the northern hemisphere started on spring knitting plans. I kind of just knit what I feel like. During summer I usually only knit on socks or small accessories because it's too sweaty to have a big project in wool on top of you. So it's mostly socks during summer. So if I don't knit any socks during this season, at least I'll do it during the summer, right? Yeah. But I want to knit. I need more hours on the day so I can knit more. But with work, yeah, I need money to buy the yarn, so I have to work, right? We'll see. I don't know, I said it again. Now let me know if you have any fun projects that you want to cast on or you did cast on right now. That's it. Almost 30 minutes today, so and we'll do some cutting out of unnecessary breaks and add some pretty pictures and stuff, and well, maybe we'll get to 30 minutes. Yeah, we'll see. It's a bit longer today, but still a bit shorter than the first time. I'm not one to, since we don't have any comments yet, so I can't really answer anything. It's hard to just talk. Oh, I can mention next weekend, it's the Easter weekend, and as I mentioned, my kids are going to my brother to celebrate their cousin's 4th birthday. We're going to my friend's 35th birthday on Saturday, and we also plan to see Dune 2 before that. And we've been watching Shogun on it's Disney Channel, right? Disney Plus, yes. Really good series. Well, we have to wait until the kids are sleeping because it's very bloody. Very, but it's good. It's really good. And on the April 5th, we're going to, no, 4th, 5th, Thursday. We're going to Final Fantasy Symphony. I'm really looking forward to that. Although I have nothing to wear. I do have a few fandom dresses, mostly Star Wars. So I'm all good for Star Wars movies and stuff like that, but I do not have any Final Fantasy fabric at all. So, and no knitting and no crochet things and no jewelry, nothing with a Final Fantasy theme. I need to get that. I need to get that. I need a dress with like chocobos or muggles. Yes, that would be nice. I have to look for that. I have to fix my overlock first because it's still not fixed. And now we have to get new tires for the car because the summer tires are not usable anymore. And well, that's life. And I still want to buy even more yarn, so instead of fixing my serge overlock, I'll buy yarn. So yeah, it doesn't add up, does it? Anyway, I managed to sneak in a few more worthless words. But that's it for me today. I guess it was a end of March episode, so that's what I've been doing during March month. If you want to, it would be fun to hear what you've been knitting on during this month or your plans for April. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Have a nice day and end of the week or beginning of the week. Bye.